Alright, so today on this video we are going to create a AKS cluster in Azure portal. Okay, so we are going to see what was the services in Kubernetes and how to create it within just in 5 minutes. So first of all, we need to know what is Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is a container orchestration system that can automate deployment, scaling and management containerized applications. Alright, so we are going to discuss about few important components in Kubernetes. So one is called like API server and control manager, scheduler, etcd, kubelet and kubeproxy. So we not gonna discuss about this all kind of components right now here. So because we are going to direct the demo things to create the cluster right now here in the Azure portal. So let's move to how to create the cluster in Azure portal. So in the next video we are going to cover like what was these components and how we can use it. So alright guys, alright, so once you log in the Azure portal and you can see there few resources. Alright, so you can go to menu bar and there is a multiple options you can find there, like the dashboards and home or all resources, what else you need it, and some kind of databases if you want to create virtual machines and storage accounts and the virtual networks and Azure directories. Like there is a many things are there. So since we are focusing on here to create a cluster, right, so let's move to our portal right now here. So alright, so go to Kubernetes services here. So once you click it and you will be find here like the Kubernetes services, and there is, you can see there, create and manage, view, refresh and open, query, something else. Just hit the create button and create the cluster here. So it's take like a few minutes time because of the depends on network. So here it's bring to this portal and you can see there is we have a basics and node pool, access, the networking and advanced tags and reviews. So first of all we are going to fill one by one here. Alright, this is similar to all clouds, and also like we are going to discuss about what was the node pools. Node pools is nothing but it's, we can say that it's worker nodes. So it depends on your project for the requirement. If you have like the more parts running on your application, and you should be need like a CPU and memories, like what was the required to your project. So since we create the cluster, we go to few default options here, the reason and kind of like the standard and what was the version we needed. So if you want to patches, update us automatically, or you can disable by yourself, and go to the family type and how many worker nodes you need. Since we need like a 2 and we just hit the create button, and it's take like a few minutes here, and you can see there our all services will be reviewed here, and just hit the create button. It took like a few minutes to deploy our cluster. Alright, so I already told you it depends on your network, and we are gonna pause few minutes here because of the network. And you can see there right now our deployment has been successfully completed. Alright, so now it's meant to say we can use our cluster to deploy our pods. So we are going to connect our cluster, and to connect a cluster we have two ways. Go to your cluster what you have been created, it's AKS demo, right, and you can find there the options called connect. all right. And you also like verify that what was the version of your Kubernetes, and we are here like a 1.25, the group of resource and the subscriptions, the reason, and the node pools, since how many we took the node pools, and then it for components like the IPF clusters, all right. So to connect your cluster and hit the connect button, and it's bring you like the dashboard call, like you can connect the two ways. One is called like a Azure bash, another like a Azure CLI, I mean the Azure shell and CLI. So if you want to connect in Azure CLI, Azure shell, to interact our cluster to generate the kube config file, okay. So first we are gonna copy this command and paste to our Azure shell. There is one more command, it's given by Azure people, and once you have pasted, you will be get your config file, and just type like kubectl get nodes, and here your cluster will be successfully running on it. And that's pretty easy, guys, like to create a cluster in Azure. In the next video we are going to see how to deploy the application.